Good morning, AP Art students. So this week's lesson is all about composition. So we're trying to create compositions that are interesting and balanced visually. And today we're going to work on, or this week, we're going to work on the rule of thirds. And it's basically a real simple concept. It's a photography concept. So if I were to show you like an old photograph like this, we would say that there's definitely a focal point here. So we want to create a focal point in our art. That gives us something to look at. So in this case, this would definitely be like the focal point. We have all this kind of black and white going on in this big, bright area of color. So the contrast between the color and the black and white that surrounds it means that this looks different. And because it's different, it stands out and we look at it. But then there are some other things that support that. But where do we put the focal point? And a good rule for photographers is that if we are looking at the picture plane, which is our piece of paper, and we were to divide that into thirds, probably better than I just divided that into thirds, both vertically and horizontally, that these points where those thirds intersect is a good place to put a focal point. So let's look at another photograph from National Geographic, which was known for its photography over the years. And we can see that there is a figure here, right? And let's think about this. If we divide this into thirds, would that figure hit the rule of thirds? Of course it does. In fact, the supporting actor, the cloud, the thing that keeps us, interested in the rest of the image, also does. And look at this. This horizon line also ends up kind of on one of those rules of thirds. So what I want you to do this week is I want you to go through some of these National Geographics or any magazine that you find out there. Here, my daughter's been working on her portfolio. Oh, rule of thirds again, but she's finding imagery that she likes, and trying to come up with some collages where things like this girl is under the weight of this purse, things like that. So first thing that you might want to do is find like a background. Like, okay, here's kind of a black and white. And then over the course of the week, I was looking through and I found like some other imagery that I thought was kind of interesting. I like this image of a pan. I like this guy. Look at this. The guy and the pan kind of work together. What I've done is I've cut them out so that there are no boxes around them. They're just the imagery itself. And so let's say I want to use this as my background. I could decide, all right, I'm going to put this guy in as my focal point. Now, I could put him right in the middle, which is what most people would do. But for our sake, we want to start thinking rule of thirds. So if I move him over, all right, then I have to have something else to balance him off. Let's try to arrange these two things together so that he works with the rule of thirds. Glue that down, and I've got a good composition that shows Miss Walton that I know the rule of thirds. Or let's try something else. Like, okay, we're going to have this guy in here, but he's too high. Let's move him down. No, there. Now he's really going to follow the rule of thirds. Or let's have him, reaching out to this guy. So I could start to play with how complicated I want this imagery to be. trying to create a focal point. Trying to create some contrast. So the color definitely creates some contrast. And if I know that that's going to be the thing that stands out, where do I put that, right? Trying to find the rule of thirds, as a matter of fact. I think I like it with him less than my first one. Let's put her with the pan. Okay, this would also work. Third, third. That's what trying to create something with the rule of thirds and some images from magazines. All right. Hey, if Walter can do, so can you. Bye bye.